I welcome everyone for the day two of self-love by our lovely Gajjala from Germany. Yesterday's main takeaway was being love with the self is not selfish. It might take little time for us to understand that, and even after so much of explanation, but still we do have a lot of clarifications, and many participants also express the same. And she's again emphasizing being in love with our own self is not at all being selfish. So, with that, I welcome Madhu
Thank you, Shan.
to proceed with the today's session. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Madhu. Your presentations were really simple and awesome,
Thank you.
and everyone fell in love with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shalini. Yeah. So, yes, friends, yesterday we have got to know about the deep-rooted issues and how to work on our deep-rooted issues and fears. Today, we will get to know what are the steps and ways to experience self-love. Yeah. So I welcome you all and be open to it. And if there is anything that you wish to share, this is an open platform. So please do share it so that you feel light and we all, exchange the information. Yeah. So, friends, there are 5 steps to self love. So the first step is forgiveness. Before we will get into the details about each steps in a minute, let me get back to the steps. And the second one is be good to yourself. The third one is take back power over your life. The fourth one is act. Fifth one is be truthful to your feelings. So when I say about forgiveness, think about past mistakes which you cannot forgive yourself. Just close your eyes and think about your past mistakes. Whatever you have done, that you're still carrying it, that you're still holding it. Think about it. If you realize that you had done any past mistakes, you have the answer. You will know what is keeping you or what is holding you back. So you can take it out and release it. So when I say about the forgiveness is not only about others. We always say, I forgive others, and I forgive everybody in the world. But are you able to forgive yourself? Have this question. Are you able to forgive yourself completely? Because everybody does mistakes. Everybody does mistakes. There is nobody in the world who did not do any mistakes. If there are no mistakes that we have done, how can we see the growth? Only from the mistakes we will learn. So, what I'm asking you today is if at all you have done any mistakes, just close your eyes and see that mistakes what you have done that you're keeping still inside, and then take it out and say, I forgive you for what you have done in the past, but I make sure that I will not repeat it again. In that way, you forgive yourself, you become free. When you forgive yourself, you become free. And also, if when you forgive yourself, you can forgive others as well. If you cannot forgive yourself, you cannot forgive others. It's very difficult. First, everything starts from us and then outside. So first we have to forgive ourselves, and then only we can forgive others. This is the first important thing, friends. Remember this always. You can do it every time, every day. The moment you're going to bed, what you have to do is you have to sit on your bed, you have to close your eyes. What did I do today? Oh, knowingly or unknowingly, we commit mistakes. So then what we have to say, I forgive for what I have done today. And I make sure that I will learn that I will not repeat it tomorrow. Say to it, friends, and you see it, how much light you feel. When you forgive, you don't change the past, but you change the future. See how beautiful it is. You cannot change the past. Nobody can change the past. But we can see what we can do in the future. Like, see, when you say in the night when you're going to the bed, for what you have done in the day, hey, I have done this thing. I'll make sure that I'll not repeat it in the coming day. See, the past cannot be changed, but you can work on your future by being in the present, by accepting what you have done, right? So, and also you have to be forgiving others as well. It is such a beautiful thing when we forgive others as well. Because if we do not forgive others, we are still holding them. Like the pain, the hurt feelings or the mistakes that we have committed, and we are still holding it in our hearts. So we are not releasing it. That's why we feel heavy, burdened. So the same thing, if somebody did something in the past, many years back, they said something to you, and still you cannot able to forgive them. So today I ask you that you try to forgive them, make an attempt to forgive them. Yeah. And the second one is be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. If there is no love for yourself, you are like an empty teapot. If it is empty, you have no tea to fill all the cups on the table. Start by doing good to yourself, and it will be easier to show love to the people around you. So, first of all, be good to yourself, friends. In the sense, like, imagine you have a teapot. Like, in that teapot, there is no tea. What will you pour? What will you pour to others? You think that you're pouring tea? It's an illusion that you're creating that. If you're not good with yourself, how can you say that you're doing good to others? It is impossible. You cannot do good to others. So what I say today is you have to fill your teapot with lots of tea so that you have so much tea to serve everybody on the table, to serve your family, to serve your friends, to serve your job, in whatever you are doing. So you can fill that part. But if you don't have it, I can say that, oh, I'm doing good to others, I'm doing that. But question yourself, are you doing good to yourself? Are you filled inside? Are you filled with yourself with love inside? Have a question. We always have to put right questions, friends. It is very important. If we don't put right questions, then we will never find answers. Because right questions are important. You cannot put the wrong questions. Why am I like this? What is happening with me? So don't put that kind of questions. That only leads to the suffering. Put these questions that what I can learn from it, where I have to be good at it. Suppose I did not accept myself for my arms. So I say, I'll be good to you. I say to my arms, I'll touch it, I'll say, I'll be good to you. So we have to say that, friends. We have to be good to ourselves, for the physical self of ourselves, and also for the emotional self of ourselves that we've been carrying. So clean yourself inside so that it will be filled with so much of tea that you can serve to many people. If there is so much in the like pain in yourself, and you put out saying that you are doing good to others, it is just that you are creating a facet, friends. So today I'm asking you to start being good to yourself. Start filling your teapot, then you can able to fill your others teacups, right? And this morning, my mom had shared this beautiful lines. She reads lots of books, so she shared these lines. I thought it is very apt to read it here. So she says, "You could spend your entire lifetime worrying what other people think of you, but then you would have wasted all your life's energy doing nothing but worrying about things that you have no control over. It really doesn't matter what others think of you. We can't be liked by everybody, and that's not why we were put on this earth. What matters is that you can go to sleep at night knowing you did your best and acted with kindness, honesty, and compassion for others and for yourself. Spend your days wisely. Focus on what matters, not on silly things that you can't control, or they will end up controlling you. This is very important, friends. Once again, this is uh, this is important because we always think about others. We always prioritize others, but are we prioritizing ourselves? Are we being good with ourselves? Are we taking care of ourselves? Why we have to think about others? If we are not happy and we still accept that everything is okay, it should not be like that. So what you have to do is you have to first of all prioritize yourself, be good with yourself, forgive yourself. And this one is very important, take back your own power. Because all these while, right from the childhood, what happens is you've been fed up, like if feeded with this information that, oh, you cannot do these things, oh, you cannot do that thing, let me take your like take control of your life, like your parents, your teachers, they all starts to control you. So they take your car and they say, okay, I'll ride. So suppose you want to become an artist, but your father wants to make you an engineer. So what you have to do is you have to stand up for yourself and take back your own power. Communicate properly and say that, no, I want to become an artist. I really want to become an artist. I don't want to become an engineer. So if you accept others, like, okay, I will accept whatever you're saying. You're just giving your power to somebody else, no matter if it is your father or your friend or your mother or your wife or your husband. Take back your power, friends. Take back power over your life and drop the victim mentality. This is the one of the most important things. Victim mentality is something like, like if somebody does something, if you do something and if people didn't like it, you fall into the trap of victim mode and you give the power. Next time you will not come back, and you will give the power to others. Oh, I don't know anything. You say to yourself that I don't know anything, I'm sorry, I cannot do this, and you give power to others. So don't fall into the trap of victimhood. It pulls you down. It really pulls you down. So we always have to stand up for ourselves. We always stand up for ourselves. So if we cannot take power of our lives, people around you will start making you will be like a puppet. So let us not be like a puppet. We have given a life on this planet Earth for a reason. So understand this, friends. Let us all take the layers out and renew ourselves for the pains what we had in our hearts, the fears which we have kept. Let us all take it out and release it. So then we can take power over our lives. Yeah, and drop the victim mentality, friends. And no more blaming others or your circumstances. See, we always blame ourselves or others or the circumstances. Oh, wish I had a nice home. Oh, wish I live in this country. Oh, wish I had this job. I've done amazing things. No, it's not like that. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, accept it. Don't create this thought that wish I have that, I can do much better. Wish I'm in another country, wish I'm in America, I could have done greater things. Wherever you are there for a reason. Understand that and work on that. No more blaming yourself. No more blaming yourself for your past mistakes, for past judgments, and also the circumstances. See, in the year of 2009, when I had a miscarriage, then I went into depression, as I told you yesterday. Afterwards, it took time. I was blaming myself. Why did this thing happen to me? Like I cursed myself, and I hated myself. I cursed the circumstance. I said, oh, why am I in Egypt? If I would have been in India, it would have been a different things. My family would be around me. I was blaming everything. I was blaming myself. I was blaming others, and I was blaming also the circumstances. That 1 year, 2009 till 2010, it was a suffering. It was really a suffering for me, friends, because I've been overloaded with so many things. And I've given power to this unknown thing. Unknown thing here I'm saying is because no person is controlling me. And maybe I'm just giving it to my other self, which is like we have this positive side of ourselves, negative side of ourselves. So I gave power to my negative side of myself and said, okay, you take the steering, and you control my life. When it started controlling my life, I was in suffering. Only when I realized, when I took the suggestion of my in-laws and I started meditating, then they said, you meditate. When I started meditating, then I understood, oh, I've been listening to this guy, so now let me put this guy who is inside me to sleep. Let him sleep, so that this guy, the positive guy in me, becomes active. So I stopped everything. I stopped blaming, and I thank Patriji for this, because whenever Patriji comes to Egypt, initially, like we are humans, we commit mistakes. We all go through challenges. So I don't put it as mistakes, but it is a challenge. When you have a challenge, you can learn from it. So I was also into many challenges initially when I started practicing meditation. And when Patriji was there in Egypt, I once was complaining and I was blaming about a friend of mine. And Patriji was very silent. He did not react. And that bothered me. Why Patriji did not react? Then I have understood that Patriji says no blaming, no judgments, no complaints. Accept everything. Only when you accept, then you come out of this trap. So don't blame yourself, don't blame others, don't blame the circumstances. Accept it. When you accept it, you see the beauty. And be in control of your own choices, successes, failures, and your own life. So take the control. Take the control of your choices. Maybe some choices we might do some wrong choices, but still it is good. It's a great learning. It's a great learning. Each choice which you make, it's your choice. So you have to take control of it. So you cannot again go into the blaming. If it becomes a wrong choice, don't fall into the victimhood. You have to always take power, take charge. Okay, yes. I remember this, my mom sharing this story. I always love sharing stories. That once there was this king who lost all his army, and he comes into a very old building, and he hides himself there. And when he was hidden there, he sees a spider. That spider is like, wants to go up, but it is unable to go up. And what, it falls down, and it wants to go up, it cannot go up. So like that, 100 times the spider tries. At the 100th time, the spider gets to its place. So the king realizes that every failure, that spider did not lose any hope. It worked on itself. I will do it. I will get to the place where I have to be. That gave a message to that king. That king came out of this building, and then he started working on the war. So we have to do the same thing, friends. We have to accept the successes and the failures equally. Everything is a learning. If you have a success, don't be too high. If you have a failure, don't go too low. Always be in the middle line. And with this, I also wanted to share one story. What happened is, like in 2019, last year, I met when I met Patriji in Egypt. So he was what do you say, like he was there. It was the last day. We finished the pyramids visit, and we were all sitting, and one of my friend, he said, Patriji, Madhu plays wonderful singing bowls. Let everybody listen to her music and we all meditate. Patriji is very accepting. He says, yes, yes, yes. Let us bring your singing bowls. And he said, okay, call everybody to the room. All the Indian masters who had come to visit the pyramids. So everybody came and we all sat in the room, and I was thinking, now Patriji will ask me that I have to play the singing bowls. I was waiting, 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 and Patriji was asking everybody's experiences, and then he said, because it was a time for the whole Indian group to get back to the airport to go to India. So everybody were there, and everybody was sharing their experiences, and later Patriji said, okay, now you close your eyes and we will meditate. I said, okay, it's the time. Now Patriji will say that he will ask me to play the singing bowls. So he did not, and he started playing his flute. I was a little disappointed. I felt a little hurt. See, friends, we think that we are all spiritual people, but still we do carry some ego. But I'm saying that the one who meditates doesn't take much time to realize that we are going through this thing. The ego is coming up. So what did is, like, it took a while for me to come out of this state, and everybody left, and Patriji was like having a lunch, and we were okay. Later I went to Patriji at the airport, and I said to him, thank you, Patriji, for breaking my comfort zones. The beautiful, beautiful thing what Patriji had given is, I did not break your comfort zones. I want you to be comfortable in every situation. Then it was a great learning to me, friends, because if any sadness comes into our life, we go into the deepest corner into ourselves, and we'll hide there. And if a joy comes, we will rise so high. So that day, what Patriji taught me is, we have to be comfortable wherever we are, in any situation. See, that situation, I was really disturbed. That why did Patriji not let me play? If that wouldn't have happened, if that incident wouldn't have happened, I would have never known. I would have never known about this concept that I have to be comfortable in any situation. If it is a failure or if it is a success, I have to have a power of over my life. I should not give power to this situation. I should not give power to this situation saying that, hey, you take control. That few minutes, say about half an hour to 1 hour, I gave that power to that situation. And that 1 hour, friends, when I gave power to situation which is outside me, I was in suffering, I was in pain, I was not there at all. I was in my own thoughts. Why did this thing happen to me? I started going back to my, like the past things, and I started. Then, then I said, no, stop. What am I doing? Let me go to Patriji and I say, thank you, Patriji. Then he gave a new concept. Friends, this is for everybody, and I really thank to that situation that it happened for this great learning. So be comfortable in whatever situation you are. Just see to it. If somebody is saying something to you, just stay calm. Don't react to it. Only when you react, it belongs to you. If you don't react, it doesn't belongs to you. So just stay calm. Don't give power to others. Don't give power to others' circumstances. Take your own power. Have your own power. Imagine you have a beautiful car. That car is so beautiful, brand new, everything is in condition. Somebody comes and says, hey, your car is beautiful, let me take a ride. Let me take this. What you do? You just Say, okay, take it. But what you have to do from today is no, I have this car. I know how to drive. I have a license. So it is in complete condition. Let me drive. So take your own journey, friends. Drive your own life. Don't give power to others. This is very important. We give power to our bosses, we give power to our wives, husbands. So don't give power to anybody. You have all the power within you that you can create whatever you wish to create. Yeah? And this is one of the important things as well. Act on what you need rather than what you want. See, we always in back in 2009, I want a baby. I really want a baby. I was not having any difference between, I was not knowing any difference between want or need. Suppose if I have a small car, I want a big car. You know, like why you want a big car? Be happy with what you have. Only when you can, in the future, maybe you can get it, but don't crib now that I don't have that car. I wish to have that car. So don't say that. So whatever you have, be content with what you have. And we should always know this difference between wants and needs, friends. Wants and needs, there it's a huge difference. Be content with what you have. What you have, as other friend here is mentioning, that our needs can change with time. Suppose I was living in a small house when we were kids, but with time we changed. A little big house we had taken, so that we can change. So never crave for huge thing, desire for huge things. Always have this difference between want and needs. If you have a difference between want and need, then you will not give power to the materialistic things. You will be content with what you have. And the next part is my favorite thing: be truthful to your feelings. No means no. Know when to say no. This is where we have to work, friends. Yesterday I was telling that we always accept everything. We always want to please everybody. So we will never say no. We stay okay to everything. Though you're hurt, you will still say okay. If you're sleepy, and if there are so many guests in home, and though there are so many people with you in your family to take care of them, but still what you do is they say, are you sleepy? No, I'm not sleepy. I'm okay. Who are you hurting? You are hurting your own self. So there are times where you have to be firm, where you have to say no. You cannot stay there like that. This is just an example. There are so many things in our lives that where we can say no, but we still don't say no. We have to be truthful, friends. We cannot hide everything. We cannot say okay. You know, like when we say, keep on saying okay, yes to everything, we will become overloaded. It piles up, and what at one point of time you just collapse because so much of load you're taking. See that the example which I have shared, the sleep. Though you're sleepy, you want to stay there just because you want to please others. Please do not do that. If you are really sleepy, just take a break. Say that I need to take a break for 10 minutes and then take a short nap and come back. But don't hurt yourself. If somebody asks you, are you sleepy? Yes, I'm sleepy. Let me go take some rest. So be truthful to your feelings. Don't hide anything. Don't hide yourself. Bring whatever is inside, put it out. Whatever feelings it may be. If there is something which you don't like, say it. No, I don't like it. Please do not do it. But then don't carry this feeling, like yesterday Ananti was asking if somebody is in an abusive relationship and they cannot do anything. So what you have to do is you have to work on yourself. You have to become strong. That when you become strong, then your no has a lot of meaning to it. In that situations, your no has a lot of meaning to it. because you have taken your power back. Because all these things which I have shared before, taking power of our own lives, because we are not giving a power to our own husbands. No, we should not give it. We have to have our own power. We have to live together. We have to travel together, journey together. But you cannot give your power to your husband or your wife. So there are times where in a situation that you have to say no, please say no, no to it. Don't stay calm, don't accept it. That only happens. You have the courage to say no. It only happens when you meditate, when you work on yourself. When you don't work on yourself, you will be so shy and you will be hurt all the time. So what you have to do is you have to work on yourself, that your no has a meaning to it. Your no means no has a meaning to it. And always remember when to say no. Right? And simply start by paying attention to how you feel. They are simply trying to give us a message about ourselves. When we acknowledge our feelings, they get the attention they need and go back into their proper perspective and place in our head. It's very true, friends. Pay attention to your feelings. See what are you feeling exactly. They're trying to communicate something to you. Are you having a feeling of fear? So what is this fear? Why is this fear coming? So when you acknowledge that fear that you are going through, then it will go back to its own place. The fear drops because you have acknowledged it. You have said, yes, I have. I see that I'm scared or for some reason. So then you will find the reason. You will go to the roots and you will take it. You will know it. Then only you can take it. Then only it will go to its own place. Yeah. So these things are the 5 steps to self-love. Now 5 ways to self-love. I will get to it. So the first thing is be kind to yourself. The second thing is always choose love. Always choose love, no matter what happens. Choose love. That's my favorite thing. No comparisons. No comparisons whatsoever. And use affirmations and meditate is the most important thing, friends. Most important things. I have practiced only meditation, not knowing all these things, the 4 things which is here and the 5 steps which I told earlier. I only did meditation. With one meditation I have understood what is self love. I have understood a lot of things in my life. I have understood what is my purpose in this lifetime. It happened only with meditation. But we can do all these things later. When I read many books, when I've met so many people, what they have worked on themselves, I started to implement. As Patriji says, there are 5 E's. I like to say it everywhere. There are 5 E's. The first E is experiment. When you experiment, you will have an experience. The second E is experience. When you get an experience, you get enlightened about that. And the fourth one is evolution, you evolve. And the fifth one is enjoyment. So for everything, you have to experiment. If somebody says that if Madhu meditated, so she had experienced self-love. So what you have to do is experiment. Okay, Madhu did for these many days. Let me do it for these many days. Oh, Madhu did for 6 hours a day. Okay, let me try for 3 hours a day. So have this experimenting mentality and say it. When you have this experimenting mentality, you will have an experience. It can be good experience. Sometimes it can be good experience. Sometimes it can be bad experiences as well. So the second, when you have an experience, you get an enlightenment. You get to know about this experiment that you have done, and then you evolve, you grow. Okay, this experiment which I have done is very hard for me, so 3 hours is too long for me to meditate, so let me try with 1 hour. So like that you evolve. And fifth, you enjoy because you have this information about this subject. So anything in life, friends, we have to do these 5 E's. Start with first E. It follows, the 4 E's follow on its own. Yeah. So experiment. And now let us get into the subject of the 5 ways. The first thing is be kind to yourself. Have a constant dialogue with yourself as if you're talking to a friend. Suppose, like, I always talk to myself, my whole family, my friends, they think that I'm crazy. I keep on talking to myself. I'm walking, I talk to myself. I have a dialogue with myself. Okay, what am I going to do today? What is that I have to learn? Oh, look at the tree. I talk, I speak it out loud. If I see any beautiful flower, I say, wow, that's so beautiful. Your, the flower is so beautiful, the colors are so beautiful. I I see, I talk. And when I'm kind to outside, when I see, when first of all, I started being kind to myself. When I started being kind to myself, I started to be kind to others, even to the flower, even to the bird, or even to the animal as well, and also to the other people. So I have to be kind. So here I would like to share one more story which I was telling to Ananti yesterday. So don't judge yourself, be compassionate. About this story which I've heard when I was very little. So there was this little Jim. So what he does is he goes to every day to school, and he has his class teacher. This little Jim sits in the back of the class, in the last bench. And this teacher, the class teacher of Jim's, she comes every day to the class and she says to all the kids, I love you all. But deep down she knows that she doesn't like this boy who is sitting in the last bench, because that boy who sits in the last bench, that little Jim, he wears all not dirty clothes, and his shoes are not clean, and he's not good at studies and everything. So the teacher knows that. So it was a time for the progress report. know. And in the progress report, what teacher does is, the class teacher does is, she writes all bad things about little Jim. She says in the progress report that little Jim is not wearing good clothes, his shoes are torn, and he's not good at studies, and all these things she writes in the progress report. So in that school, what it is like, before it reaches to the parents, the progress report reaches to the parents, it has to go to the principal, I'm sorry. So it has to go to the principal. So principal has to see the progress report, and once he or she sees the progress report, then it will be sent to the parents. So when the principal sees little Jim's progress report, she calls the teacher to the room, to the principal room, and she asks, the principal asks the teacher, a progress report should be always speaking about the progress of the little child. The teacher says that. And what she says is, she asks the helper who is there in that room to bring the previous reports of little Jim, previous progress reports of little Jim. So when the teacher brings the previous when the helper brings the previous reports of little Jim, what the teacher reads is, the first progress report says little Jim's mom is going through some hard time, she has some health issue. So the second progress report says that little Jim's mom had been admitted to hospital. So little Jim is not regular to school. So the third progress report says that little Jim's mom passed over because she had got cancer, and his father is, like, depressed and all these things. And fourth thing says there is no one for little Jim to take care of. So these things are written. When the teacher reads all these things, she starts to cry. She starts crying. Like, she have understood that she had been judging that little Jim all through the while, without knowing what little Jim had gone through. She did not know that there is nobody for little Jim to take care of. So she started judging that little boy. So once she knew the truth, what she did is, she went to little Jim and she hugged little Jim, and she said, I am so sorry and I love you. From her heart, she said, I love you. See, friends, if we see somebody else, we start immediately tagging that person. This is a good person or is a bad person. We always do that, right? And we tag ourselves also. Jesus Christ said the beautiful thing, judge ye not. JJ not doesn't mean that don't only judge others. It means also that you should not judge yourself. So here, when I speak about little Jim, imagine that little Jim is you, the little Jim, the inner child who is inside you, and the teacher is your mind or yourself, which is judging that little Jim. That little Jim is this, that, and all these things. What you have to understand is that little Jim had gone through so many things in his or her life. So many things, so many conditionings, so many hurts it had gone through, so many abusive relationship it had gone through. For what little Jim is like that now? It is not that the real little Jim. So today what you have to do is you have to take that little Jim out, show him, hey, life is really beautiful. I will take care of you from today. I will not judge you. I'm really sorry for neglecting you all these while. When you say that, friends, when you say the little Jim who is inside you, when you say to him that little Jim will come out. Only you can help that little Jim who is inside you. Nobody, me or anybody in the whole world cannot help until and unless you are ready. So help that little Jim who is inside you. Bring him out and hug him and say, yes, I will take care of you. I'm so sorry for what I have done in the past. I will not repeat it. Say it, friends, and you see how much light you become, how much free you become. Then that little Jim is always with you. He's not in his corner hidden. Yeah. And this is very important story, friends, and always remember this, to bring that little Jim outside and be compassionate to that little Jim. Be compassionate to yourself. Be compassionate to everything. Be compassionate to all the animals, birds, and fishes. All the animals, birds, and fishes. They are our brothers and sisters. We have to be compassionate. Start being compassionate with yourself. When you really start being compassionate with yourself, then you find compassion everywhere. Then you spread compassion everywhere. If you're not compassionate about yourself, you cannot be compassionate about anything. If you are unable to finish the task, it's one more example. If you are unable to finish the task on time, don't punish yourself. You put sometimes targets, like at this time I have to finish the task. Sometimes you get tired. Sometimes it is really needed for you to take some rest. It's okay. Don't be harsh on yourself. Don't curse yourself. Don't fall into the trap of this guilt that why did this thing happen? Why did I not finish in time? Why did I not, meet the expectations of my bosses? No. When it is time for you to take rest, take some rest. There is no rush. There is so much eternal time with us. So be kind to yourself, friends. And we must try to love ourselves without exceptions. And remember to be forgiving when the negative attributes like anger and envy appear. So you have to accept this anger also, that you had underwent some anger. So again, when I'm saying angry, the unnecessary angry, the silly anger which comes out, the silly anger which comes out is because that little Jim who is inside you had been hurt so much that, like he's acting in such a way. So when you accept that little Jim, then this anger will drop naturally. Then the right anger comes. When it is time that you have to be angry, right anger, it will come. Unnecessary anger will not come. If there is unnecessary anger which is coming to you, that means you have to take care of that little Jim. You have to go back to your past and see where you are hurt and release it. Yeah. So accept it as well. Accept that you have anger, you have jealousy, and all these things. When you accept it, it just disappears. Love all the negative and the faults you find in yourself too. So we always love our good side of ourselves, but we don't love the negative parts of ourselves. So take from today, say that I accept however it is. I accept the negative parts of myself as well. Slowly I work on it, that it will release on its own. I will try to do it. Say to it, friends. Be kind to that emotions as well. Be kind to that feelings as well. See, here when I say that be kind, it doesn't mean that, like be kind just in words. I'm meaning that be kind to that feelings, that hurt feelings, that anger feelings, that jealousy feelings, all these feelings. Be kind to it. Don't judge that feelings. Only when you judge, you end up in suffering. Let us not judge anything. You just accept that it exists in you. When you accept that it is there in you, then slowly you can work to it. Slowly you can work to release it. It doesn't happen for that little Jim who is inside us to bring him out in just one day. No, it's a constant process. Sometimes that little Jim comes and he gets scared. No, 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 let me go back to my corner. That little Jim will say like that. What you have to do is you have to be really patient. You have to say, it's okay, come along. Life is so beautiful. Give all the positive things to that little Jim who is inside you. Bit by bit, slowly, step by step, that little Jim will come out. So what you have to do is accept these negative things as well. Be kind to these negative feelings as well. Don't be harsh on yourself. And then always choose love. See, Anita Morjani's in her book, Dying to Be Me, she writes, choosing love is the healthiest thing we can do for ourselves. Isn't it, friends? Choosing love is a beautiful thing and the healthiest thing that we can give it to ourselves or do it for ourselves. Because to choose hate for ourselves is very difficult. It is so loaded. But to choose love, see, imagine, it's so light. It is making you feel light. Always choose love. And because the more lighter you are, the more healthier you are, the more happier you are. The more burden you are, the more heavier you become. So let us start loving ourselves. Let us always choose love in any situation. See, even in the situation in the back which I said you, be kind to that feelings as well. Give love to that feeling. Say to it, yes, let's work together. Let's work together so that you will get healed. And slowly, it will manifest. So make sure that you always choose love, friends. Can't we choose love instead of all other emotions? Accepting all other emotions, but choosing love? Choosing love is a priority. And accepting everything it follows. So when you choose love, the other things will become easy to work on. If you don't choose love, all the other things will be very difficult to work upon. It is really difficult. So always choose love, friends. And no comparisons. Comparisons, we have been conditioned right from our childhood. Right from our childhood. Yesterday I was speaking that it starts from our childhood, like parents or family members or the teachers compare the children with the other children. So, all children are different and unique and beautiful. So why you have to compare two persons, two kids? So right from that time, the kid developed his comparison mentality. He feels himself low. I felt myself a lot. My cousins were really doing good at studies. I compared myself. Initially, my family, my relatives, they were all comparing me to my cousin. When they started comparing me to my cousin, I was feeling low. Then I started, in every walks of my life, I started comparing myself to others. Oh, am I doing good than others, or they are doing good? uh, all these comparisons started to come, and what it led, where it took me, it only took me to suffering. So drop this comparison, friends. Wherever you are, however you are beautiful. So don't have these jealous feelings, because when there is a comparison, there is a feeling of jealousy. I was having jealousy feelings towards my cousins because they're really doing good at studies and I'm unable to do that. I started feeling jealous. I started labeling them that they are great and I'm low. So like I was creating a facet that I'm okay from outside, but deep down I'm not okay. There is still the comparison was running in my heart. So until and unless I've started practicing meditation, it all came out. It's we should always drop the comparisons. No comparison whatsoever. Imagine like many people compare themselves with I was doing the same thing. I was comparing myself to other people who are very beautiful and slim, and like they're they're looking great. So I used to compare initially. Look how beautiful they are, you know, and all these things. And where it led me, it only led me to suffering. I did not accept that. However, my body is my choice. Before I have taken my birth, I have had a choice that I have to be at this height, or I have to have this like this physique. You don't accept. When you accept yourself as you are, then these things won't happen. These comparisons won't happen. You accept yourself. So please do not compare yourself to others. You are beautiful however you are. And don't compare yourself that wish I'm in some other country so I could do good. Don't compare. My friend is doing great than me, though we did same studies, though we had same marks. Don't compare yourself. Just be content with where you are. When you are content in where you are, then you see only joy. Don't get jealous of anyone. If there is anything that we can learn, be open to learn. If there is anything that we can learn from that friend who did the same schooling and studies with us, please learn from him. But don't be jealous of him. That quality is really beautiful, friends. That quality of accepting, taking the suggestions is really good, friends. Accept that he's doing good. He's really doing good. Appreciate him. Instead of separating ourselves from others and feeling less than someone else, see the connection. When we look for similarities, they soon become obvious and love is more likely to appear. We have to see the similarities in everything. In everything. Here, I'm saying here is because, like your boss is very strict, or your wife is very angry person, or your husband is very angry person. So what we do is we start to judge, we start to compare. Why is he behaving like that? Why is she behaving like that? Why my boss is like that? So find the similarities, find the likes and dislikes of that person, what you like in that person, what you dislike in that person. Accept only the likes, drop the dislikes of that person. And always remember that that little gem who is inside you, right? So that little gem is in everybody. So everybody is creating this layers, showing that they covered themselves. So let us give an opportunity to others that they can bring their own little gem outside. So when we bring our little gem from inside of our own selves, then we will stay as an example for others that they can bring that little gem from their own self. So no comparison, friends. Everybody have their own sort of issues, sort of pains that they have gone through. We all are find the similarities. Yeah. And when you accept this, when you accept the other person, when you see that little gem in that person, so then you only experience love, then only you only show love, because you're not seeing that teacher, but you are seeing that little gem who is inside, who is hurt. And friends, this is one of the important things. Use affirmations. Louise L. Hay is another believer in the power of loving yourself for healing. In her book, You Can Heal Your Life, she recommends repeating positive phrases like a mantra and writing them down. I write it down. I sometimes write it down and stick it. It is very important to write it down, friends. Affirmations are amazing, amazing, because the more we have these affirmations, I am beautiful, I am worthy. When you say these things, you put it out to the universe, and it is what manifests. It is what manifests. So write all the affirmations what you wish to have, and then it will surely manifest, friends. Leaving affirmations on notes around our living and working spaces will feed our mind consciously, because when we are seeing that, you know what happens here, like when we have to learn a language here in Germany, I was learning a language. So my teacher asked me to write sticky notes. On sticky notes, what she said is, you write this door is called Tour in Deutsch. So on the door, I stick it. So each time I see that word, so it stays in my mind. Oh, door means tour. So, like, what we have to do is, we have to do the same thing. We have to stick the affirmations on the wherever we can, in our living space or on our mirror. We have to keep the affirmations, and we have to keep on repeating it. When we see it, it it repeats in our mind. So that's what we manifest. That's where we learn. Yeah. So I accept myself just as I am. A true Louis L. Hay test to show that our self love is increasing is to look into the mirror, stare into your own eyes, and tell ourselves, I love you. Keep trying until you see an amazing person full of love looking back at you. I did it, friends. I was doing it. I was not accepting myself, as I was telling you yesterday as well, but as my smile was faking initially. But when I started meditating, when I started looking into the mirror, when I started seeing myself into my own eyes, and then the real smile came up naturally. So always have this mirror work. Go in front of the mirror and speak to yourself. Accept yourself. Look deep into your eyes. When you look deep into your eyes, you accept yourself, the real self. And whatever is there which is blocking you, it all comes out. Because every day you are doing an effort to go to yourself. The eyes are the doorways to the self. You have to look into your own eyes. So that's why they say, every master, every person, they say, look into the eyes. Because when we look into the eyes, we can get to know what the other person is feeling. So when we look into our own eyes in the mirror, we will get to know what we are exactly experiencing. When we know what we exactly were experiencing, we can work on it. And we always have to understand that how beautiful we are, how life is so beautiful. Life is really beautiful. We have to utilize to its fullest. Yes, friends. So always use affirmations, whatever you wish to say, whatever you wish to have for yourself. Teach your kids, teach your husband, teach your bosses, everybody. Hey, I'm using these affirmations. I'm using these sticky affirmations. I'm keeping it everywhere. And it is working very well to me. So I wish that you also implement that. Just spread this, and surely it will be amazing for everybody, and everybody's little gym can be out. Once we help ourselves, we have to help others. I helped myself from 2010, in the year of 2010. From then I did not stay calm. I said, I want to make that little gym who is inside everybody to come out. I don't want the little gym to be hidden somewhere. So I took a decision that this is my purpose of life. I want to see everybody happy, everybody smiling, everybody in health. So from then, friends, there is no looking back, there is no regrets. I'm so happy. Wherever I go, I just smile. In any situation, I smile. So here, coming back to the affirmations, use affirmations, friends. This is the best thing to have a self-love for yourself. And meditate. The fifth one is meditate. My most important thing from where I've experienced self-love. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. So with this, I want to add one more story. It's about a king. It's about a king in ancient China. So once there was a king in ancient China, and he was not knowing the reason why he's disturbed. So what he does is he was walking here and there, and then the minister sees the king and says, "Hey king, what happened? Why are you so depressed and so disturbed?" The king says, "I don't know the reason. I don't know the reason why I'm so disturbed. I want to know the reason." The king says, the minister says, "Since you are fond of arts, let me bring three great artists from China and make them paint on the inner piece, because that is what the king is lacking." So the three great artists come from China and they start to paint on inner piece. So once they finish, the king and the minister goes to see the paintings. The first painting was the river. It was so beautiful. It was so peaceful. The king says, "Oh, I feel so peaceful." And then the second painting, he goes and sees, it's like a snowscape. It is so white. It is so pure. And the king says, "This is so beautiful. This is really beautiful." And then the king goes to the third painting. Before the king goes to the third painting, the minister stops the king and says, "King, I think this artist did not understand the concept of inner peace or tranquility. So let us discard this painting and select from these two." But the king insisted, "No, I want to go and see the painting." So the king went and saw the painting. What he saw is, he saw a huge waterfall. So to see the waterfall for some time, or to stay next to the waterfall, is good for some time. But for the longer periods of time, you really feel depressed. You feel really loud in your ears. What king noticed is, he noticed that next to the waterfall there is this tree. On this tree, there is this bird in a nest with her baby sleeping peacefully. And then, when that king had seen that sight, that brought inner joy. That brought inner joy in the king. The king realized that though there are so many outer disturbances, if you have peace within, that huge waterfall or anything in our life will never disturb us. So the easiest way to achieve this inner peace is, friends, the easiest way, just by spending some time in our day, just by making friendship with ourselves, we can attain that inner peace which that king was searching. We are all kings of our own lives. We are all lost some or the other way. So we have to bring that king, and we have to make that king sit and meditate and understand that there is always a peace within. And friends, this is a great reminder. This bird with that baby sleeping next to the waterfall is a reminder for us that whenever there is a situation that is disturbing us very badly, that is taking our peace, so what we have to remind ourselves is of the bird. When we have this picture in our mind, immediately we come back to our own inner peace. We will not give power to that situation, because we cannot control anything. What we can control is, we can control only our lives, only our thoughts. So let us direct our thoughts in a great way. And meditation is a great tool that you can experience the inner peace. I have experienced inner peace through that. So meditation allows us to access inner peace anytime we want. As I told you yesterday also, if you're at your workplace or if you're little stressed, just sit wherever you are. Just close your eyes for a minute or two. Instantly you will find that peace. You can meditate anytime and anywhere. To truly spread peace to the world, we must first become peaceful ourselves. First, friends, I did it for myself. I found this inner peace within myself. I found this inner joy within myself. When I found this inner joy within myself, I said, now I am ready to share to everybody. If I don't find this inner peace or inner joy within myself, I cannot say that I can give peace to others. I can preach about peace. No, it is impossible. Only if you can work on yourself, then you can help others. I worked on myself. I found this peace within. Then only I share to others. Peace and real happiness are a natural state of being that you can access at all times through regular meditation practice. When you practice meditation, friends, that 1 hour or 2 hours that you practice, that 2 hours will make you peaceful for the rest of the 22 hours. I'm telling you. It's a pure science. Experiment it and you will see to it that yes, it is true. And go within by meditating daily to bypass the labels, judgments, and fears. So when you meditate, when you bring that little Jim who is inside you, then these labels, these judgments, everything drops, friends. The meditation is the beautiful key to unlock to the self and to experience that self-love. You take your life in control. You prioritize yourself, because meditation itself, giving some time to ourselves, that means we are prioritizing ourselves, because many people don't do that. Many people do many things, but they don't put themselves as a priority in a good way. So let us do it from today, that we meditate every day. If you are meditating for 1 hour, but still you are unable to attain inner peace or self-love, I want you to meditate for some more time. Experiment it, meditate, and you see to it that you will experience one day. Because for some people, the pains that they have gone through might be little, the experience what they have gone through in their life may be little. For some people it might be a lot of experiences. For those people who had a lot of experiences in their life, lot of pains in their life, it takes time for them to heal. It takes time. So what we have to do is we have to be patient. We have to increase our meditation time so that we can release them, we can let go of them, and we can be free. Touch the source of true happiness, friends. Peace, serenity, and yes, true love for your own true self. And love is what comes from within. Love no boundaries. Love opens the door to freedom and joy. Love conquers our fears. Love opens one's soul to a higher place where sharing love openly allows us to shine. Love asks nothing in return. Love allows me to be at peace. Isn't it beautiful, friends? Only when you have love, everything can be everything can be achieved. I'm not saying about superficial love. I'm saying about yourself, self-love, unconditional love, without any conditions, without any judgments, without any comparisons. Experience that, friends. It's a great opportunity to experience that. It is not difficult at all. It is not at all difficult. Step by step, we can achieve. And friends, I want you to say it out loud wherever you are. I love myself because I deserve it. Because I'm saying it out loud, you can also say it out loud wherever you are, because it is very important to say it out loud. I love myself because I deserve it. I love myself because it will make my day better. I love myself because I will see an increase in my confidence and self-esteem. I love myself because it will help me truly be present. I love myself because I will feel healthier. I love myself because it will motivate me. I love myself because it will make me laugh. I love myself because it will change the world inside me and outside too. See, friends, when we say it out loud, we feel so much light. We feel so much, like heaviness had been taken out. So always say it out loud. I love myself. Say it out loud. Don't bother what others think about you. I love myself because I deserve it. Every line, whatever you wish to share, say it out loud. I love myself because I am good at these things. I love myself because I am learning. You can say anything. Why do you love yourself? When you highlight these things, that things which you don't love yourself about, will be worked upon, because you are you these things are prioritized. That things you will work upon, right? So the next part is the do's. What you have to do: express gratitude to everything, including yourself. Right, when we started this meditation, we started expressing our gratitude to our own bodies, our own minds, and our own selves. We have to express our gratitude to ourselves and also to everything around us. If you see a beautiful flower, express your gratitude. Thank you, flower, for being there. You are spreading so much of love. You are spreading so much of joy into my eyes. I'm feeling so happy. Express it. If your kid is doing something good, express your gratitude. Hey, you did amazing. Thank you so much for doing it. Thank you for teaching me this. So we have to express our gratitude, everything. And walk in nature barefoot. If you cannot walk in nature, if you are living in a city, go to a park. Just put your foot on a grass, ground yourself. When you walk in the nature barefoot, you will understand that how this life is beautiful. You are having this life. It's a great opportunity. It grounds you completely. It will make you realize why you are here. It makes you realize how content you can be. And have a smile on your face. Every time, have a smile on your face. Any situation, have a smile. And if you cannot smile initially, if it is very difficult for you to smile, use mirror. Go in front of mirror and give a smile. Give a smile. And with time, what happens is you will smile to everything. And hug yourself. That's the most important thing. Hug yourself. We always like to hug everybody. I like to hug my children. I like to hug my husband. But are you hugging yourself? Hug yourself and say, hey, I will take care of you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Hug yourself and find something you feel passionate about. Suppose I am passionate about painting. When I started painting this, I started loving myself more and more, because when I see that the output of what it is coming, I started loving myself more and more. Suppose you are great at cooking. If you are a man, don't limit yourself that only a woman should cook. But if you have a passion, go into the kitchen and cook. Don't bother about others. When you start to do what you are passionate about, you are appreciating yourself, you're taking care of yourself, because all these hidden things that you have kept within yourself, the limitations that you have kept in yourself, will be coming out, and you will understand that you are unlimited. So find that thing which you're passionate about. It may be cooking, it may be photography, it may be gardening, it can be anything. Find that thing which you are passionate about, friends, and help and serve others. As I told you, once you have experienced this self-love, once you have experienced that little gem who is outside, then share this thing to everybody. Share this thing to your near and dear, because everybody is creating a facade. Everybody is acting that everything is okay. Only when you sit with that person, when you communicate rightly with that person, you will understand that what that person had gone through at that time. Be there with that person and share what you had experienced. Inspire that person, help others, serve others, share about meditation, and you see how much happy you can become. When we started sharing about meditation, friends, I was not knowing why my father-in-law is doing, why he travels before coming into meditation. I was seeing, why is he doing all these things? He goes to every small villages for one person, but still he goes and he speaks about meditation. What is it that is happening within him? He's not eating food rightly. He's not eating food at time. He's always outside. So I used to think, why is he doing that? But once we started doing that, we also had experienced the same thing what my father-in-law was doing. See, when we share what we have experienced to others, it brings a lot of joy. I have practiced meditation and I shared about meditation to others, and it brought so much joy in me, seeing them in joyful state, seeing them in a happy state. First of all, serve yourself, help yourself, and then help others. It's very important, friends. We all have to support each other. Maybe I might not be able to reach your friends and family, but you can reach to them. You can share them. You can say that, yes, this is what I have learned. This is what I'm practicing. Let us do it together. Let us involve. Let us suppose in your family, like a wife, husband, kids are there. Involve your kids in doing these kind of activities. Use affirmations. Ask your children to write the sticky notes and keep it in their room and say it with your children. See how beautiful, how meaningful your life becomes when we do these simple things. It brings a lot of joy, friends. See, sometimes we think, oh, it's just simple. We neglect. No, that simple thing is very important to do. That time with your children, that time with your wife, that time with your friends, that time with your boss is very important. Don't neglect it. Don't say that it's just simple thing. It's very important thing. See the Anapanasati meditation. It is very simple. People say, hey, how is it possible? I'll do different kinds of meditation. It is much because it is so good. But this simple thing, when we are committed to it and you see to it, I was also believing the same thing, that how can this simple going with the breath, Anapanasati meditation, bring so much joy in everybody? How everybody can get healed? How my husband got healed from his asthma? How my father-in-law got healed from his fits, which he was really facing very badly at that time? How he got healed just by being with the breath. How is it possible? So I was having this kind of mentality, but when I understood, when I practiced myself the simple thing which Buddha and which Patriji had given to us, I saw the beauty, because I've accepted that simple thing. Sometimes the garam masala is not needed. Sometimes the simple food is so good and so healthy. There are some times where you need to put some masala every now and then. But the simple food is always good for the digestion, always good for our health. Isn't it, friends? So always be simple, always accept simple things, always do simple things and find the joy in doing simple things. Don't expect that you have to do something great things to find joy. That simple thing is a great thing. Yeah. So help yourself and help others. Serve yourself and serve others. And read books, friends. Read books. And meditate and exercise is very, very important, friends. Read books. It is very important. Once you read any book, share about that book to a friend or a family. It is very important, friend. Reading books, meditation, Sajjana Sangatya, it's very important. And doing some exercises, physical exercises, which I say that take a walk in the nature. You don't need to do heavy exercises. A simple exercise can be a walk in the nature, walk in the park, get up early in the morning, just see the sun and just take a walk in the streets where there is no pollution if you are in a city. Right, friends, these are the do's. And see this beautiful line which I loved so much. It says that there is no love story greater, deeper, or richer than the one we have with ourselves. And there is no great love story than that, friends. Let's create our own love story. Let us love ourselves. Let us know ourselves. When we know ourselves, then we surely love ourselves. So let us know ourselves by doing all these simple exercises which I have shared you earlier. And out of all, meditation is the most important thing. Commit yourself to meditate every day. And you see to it that you create a new love story. I'm telling you, I created my own love story. I love myself. I take care of myself. And I'm happy with myself. And I want you all to do the same. I want you all to experience the same thing what I'm experiencing. Yes, friends, let us create our story, a love story. And here I want to show you a beautiful video. And life is always beautiful and we all equally can live it. So I hope. friends, how nice it is. How nice is this little boy doing? He's just happy within his own world. I love when I looked at this video, he's this epitome of self love and self joy. You know, he's not bothered about what others think of me. He's just happy. He's just living his life to the fullest. So, this boy, we should become like this boy. And these other kids who are there are like, suppose these other emotions, the anger, the guilt, and all these emotions. Just imagine. And this boy is a self-love. Imagine that boy as a self-love. So when you have self-love, all these emotions will be, like worked upon. So always have self-love, friends. Always be like that little boy. You will find the joy in everything. Always accept yourself. Right, friends? This is what I would like to share.
Thank you, Madhu. You are so patient in handling this 2 day session. Thank you, Madhu.
Hey, bye-bye, Shalini.
Bye,
Namaste.
bye, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.